Another capacity crowd to see the Dodgers today, this time in Goodyear, Arizona. Goodyear Ballpark as the Dodgers visit the Cincinnati Reds for the second time this spring. Hi again, everybody. With Rick Monday, I'm Tim Neverett. Happy watching Dodger baseball with us on this Sunday afternoon. Dustin May takes the mound, and so far so good for him this spring. He's only allowed a run on 3 hits.
Yeah, and for the big right-hander, 6 starts last year since coming off of Tommy John surgery. The big question was a fatigue last year in those 6 outings, because first time through the lineup, just a 116 batting average against him. Second time through the lineup, well, it was near 250, but one thing about the big right-hander, it combines velocity with also great movement, and a good day to work today.
Well, code red day today for the Dodgers with May on the hill. And over at third base, Chris Taylor, he didn't play a single game over there last year. Certainly he's capable of doing it, and the Dodgers will give him a look today.
How many times have we heard Dave Robertson, the organization for that matter, talk about versatility? And if you could put Chris Taylor any position today, it's going to be at third base. We've seen him at shortstop. He could play second. He could play the outfield, any of those. So versatility, yeah, it's right at the top of the list for this Dodger ball club.
Well, sunshine and blue skies here in Arizona as the Dodgers get ready to take on the Cincinnati Reds. Lineups and first pitch coming up from Goodyear. Ready? Let's say hello to Kirsten. Good afternoon.
Thanks, guys. I'm joined by today's third base coach, Clayton McCullough. We usually see you at first. Dino's with WBC. How has the transition been over to third?
You know, it's been certainly a little uncomfortable. You know, it's new. It's different vantage point, different responsibilities. So just enjoying kind of an opportunity to do something out of your comfort zone.
Well, Clayton, I appreciate your time. Go get out there. Thank you.
He's got to go to work. And so does Jason Hayward as we look at the starting lineup, brought to you by your Lexus dealers. Hayward will lead off. Then Chris Taylor, Steven Duggar, James Outman in the cleanup spot, Michael Busch, Hernandez, Ward, DeLuca, and Mazika, the rest of the Dodger lineup. So here we go as the first pitch of the ball game is high ball 1. As we started a minute early today at 104. Game time temperature 76 and climbing as Hayward takes a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jason Hayward. He's 4 for 21, a 190 average, a pair of home runs, and he's driven in 2 this year.
Hayward's still looking for consistency with the swing. We talked about, well, really at length with the difference in his batting stance, a little different hand position to begin with, but the swing still has a tendency to get too long.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Hayward.
But when Hayward has the timing going, he is so big, so strong. He can send it a very long way. Outfield shifts the opposite direction now.
Oh, full count.
Dodgers also know with Ashcraft, he's got a very live arm. I mean, there's no question about it. You know, he's up in the upper 90s with some good equipment to go with it.
And he strikes out Hayward to start the ball game. And 1 out for the Dodgers in the top half of the first inning.
Yeah, for Hayward, again, we're talking about the swing being a little long, and especially that ball that's down away from him. So Ashcraft, who's really in the upper velocity, but the slider, the changeup, and the curveball to go with it.
Chris Taylor. Ashcraft's pitch is outside ball 1. 25-year-old out of Huntsville, Alabama. Graham Ashcraft, actually drafted by the Dodgers out of high school. He was a 12th rounder, but he didn't sign. Ended up going to college instead. And the Reds grabbed him in the 6th round in 2019.
19 games, 5-6 his record. But he gave up, well, 11 home runs in the 19 games, but 10 of the 11 were against right-handed batters.
Swing and a miss by Taylor.
Well, we talk about the swing with Jason Hayward, and it also applies to Chris Taylor. Taylor was talking about the fact that he really developed some bad habits last year, and it cost him dearly. Very low percentage of contact.
1-2. And he goes down on strikes. So Ashcraft has struck out the first 2 Dodgers this afternoon.
And how low was the percentage of contact? The second lowest in Major League Baseball. Joey Gallo, the only one who was lower.
The Dodgers will see some cutters today from Ashcraft.
Good arm speed with his right-hander.
Yeah. Steven Duggar takes a strike. 51% of the time, Ashcraft used the cutter. It was the second highest usage among major league starters. The only one who used it more was Milwaukee's Corbin Burns at 55%.
Second off speed that we've seen in this inning. So you've given up more home runs, Ashcraft, last year to right-handers, 10 of the 11. Also, the right-handers hit 100 points higher.
Duggar fouls one into the Dodger dugout on the first base side. 0-2 to Steven Duggar.
Right-handers hit .323 off this Reds right-hander after getting the call up. He began in AA, went to AAA. Lefties hit .232.
And there's a base hit the other way. I almost want to say against the shift. Third baseman Spencer Steer was over toward the shortstop position. Shortstop Barrero up by second base. And there was a lot of room on the left side, and that's where Duggar put the baseball.
It was against the pull lineup that they had.
Third hit of the spring for Steven Duggar. Man aboard for James Outman. And Outman takes low and away. Yesterday he had a pretty good day at Camelback Ranch. Home run and a base hit.
Outman, to me, is very conscious of trying to shorten up the swing. That doesn't take any power away from him. Just shorter path to the baseball.
1 ball, 1 strike now to Outman.
I think with Outman, too, I've been impressed how he's handled the off-speed pitches thus far. Well, here's a power pitcher he's facing here this afternoon, at least at the get-go. Power pitcher equipped with a good changeup.
Stretch and the 1-1 pitch. Low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Home plate umpire this afternoon, Tony Randazzo. Todd Tishner is at first. Paul Clemens at second. Brian Walsh at third. That's the crew for today. Wind blowing out to right center. Outman over the top of a breaking ball inside.
Yeah, good day to keep the ball down. That's pretty good gustos blowing.
Flag's getting a bit of a workout today. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Ashcraft strikes out 3. A single by Duggar mixed in. Dodgers leave a man. Half inning done. Reds coming to bat. Look at the Reds lineup brought to you by your Lexus dealers. Will Benson will play center field, and Joey Votto makes his Cactus League debut in 2023, recovering from last season's shoulder surgery. Hasn't played in the game yet. He will today. Will Myers will follow him, and Dustin May ready to fire right now, and he sends a strike Will Benson's way. 0-1. Dustin May, third appearance in the spring, his second start. And he deals low. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You know, one thing I noticed about Dustin May already, in limited numbers, but yes, the pitch clock is in activation. But he's normally very deliberate on the mound as far as position. In fact, when he came out of the dugout to get his warm-up pitches, it took him about 30 seconds to groom the area on the pitcher's slab where he gets a good foothold. Starts with kind of an unusual delivery to begin with.
Next offer, a little low. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Will Benson.
For pitchers, I think with the pitch clock too, I think it's going to really put more importance about, you know, having a plan 2 or 3 pitches in advance.
Ground ball right side, a diving stop by Ryan Ward, toss to May. It's off his glove, and Benson is safe. Boy, Benson got down the line in a hurry. May got to the bag in a hurry. They almost got there at the same exact time. Good stop by Ryan Ward. They just couldn't complete the play, and that'll be an infield single for Will Benson.
With that high throw, it's really problematic. You're trying to look at the bag as a pitcher on the cover. Just a terrific backhanded stop, but that throw a little bit too high. Held on to it too long. But you're right. Benson went flying down the line.
Speaking of flying, he's got 5 stolen bases this spring. I wouldn't be surprised to see him take off here, but Joey Votto standing in. And he steps out looking at that pitch all the way. Stepped back as soon as May delivered it. He just wanted to take a peek at it. And he takes a strike, 0-1. Shoulder surgery, rotator cuff issue, and a torn bicep. Surgery occurred last August 19th. And the Reds have been simulating some games for him. He's been appearing in minor league games. And now playing free and easy, we understand, unrestricted, and out there today for the first time.
Well, the surgeries and the injuries altered the swing at all.
Well, he's not choking up the way he used to, that's for sure. Here's the 0-2, and that's low and in. I mean, he would choke up 3 or 4 inches, it would seem, at times, but right now he's got the bottom hand right down by the knob of the bat.
He went to a different approach, to where he started to go to the long ball instead of, hey, left center, right center, hit the ball where it's pitched. And there was a trade-off for Votto, who normally had been a high average. There was a trade-off when he went, hey, I'm going to go to the power department.
Throw over to first by Dustin May. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Votto. 1 on, nobody out. Stretch. And the big right-hander pausing. Now he comes home. And he strikes out Votto swinging.
Well, that was a defensive swing by Votto. So May got in front 0-2 to begin with.
Will Myers, right-handed hitting outfielder, playing right field today. Former Padre, former Tampa Bay Ray. Takes ball 1 low.
I mentioned the open. Tim, we were discussing this earlier today. Said Dustin May, first time to the lineup last year in his 6 starts coming off of the Tommy John surgery. Just a 116 batting average against it. It went up to 246 the second time to the lineup.
Myers fouls it off to the right, 1-1.
And you wonder how much can that be attributed to the fatigue factor coming off of, major surgery if you're a pitcher. The other part, too, is he did not pitch as well out of the stretch position as he did with the bases empty. Even though his delivery is very similar. I mean, it's not much different.
Myers breaks his bat, rolls the ball foul up the first base side. Yeah, you see where he's towing the rubber to today?
Yeah.
He is right on the extreme
off the first base side.
side.
So last year with nobody on base, Dustin May allowed just a 125 average. I mean, that's anemic average. But with runners on base, it went up to almost 300, 296 to be exact.
May ready to go. Set at the belt, now the pitch. Breaking ball got him swinging. Well, Myers out on strikes. 2 down for Cincinnati in the first.
A good location, too. Just kept it away from Myers.
Well, so far, all 5 outs in the game have been recorded by way of the strikeout.
And all by swing.
Right. TJ Friedl swings and pops it up. And it's into shallow center field. And coming on is Jason Hayward to make the catch. What a play by the veteran outfielder. That retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. But Jason Hayward flying in with a spectacular grab. Michael Busch to lead off the Dodgers second. No score. Facing Graham Ashcraft. Cincinnati right-hander. Sends a pitch home for a strike. Starts him off with a fastball. Busch just 2 for 17 this spring. Hitting 118. He's getting plenty of at-bats. And will continue to do so for the next little while. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
There's a point in spring training that from a hitter's standpoint, things begin to click. Hopefully.
Pitches up high and inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, when do things start to slow down a little bit?
Well, when you stop jamming yourself, and I've said that really the first week of spring training too. There are some pitches that you say, aha, I've got it. It takes just an instant of a second. It's in a good location. You like it. You know you handle that pitch. But early on in spring training, you have a tendency to not really track the swing particularly well, and you wind up jamming yourself, and that's very frustrating. So is getting called out without a pitch being thrown.
Well, that doesn't help.
Well, there's going to be arguments on this. We got a clarification yesterday on something we saw a couple of different times. The Reds dugout, they're applauding with approval.
Yadi Hernandez takes a strike.
So this is one of the issues as well. Major League Baseball, yes, the rules have changed. We talked about it a lot. We're still going to talk about it a lot because there's some confusion with it.
Hernandez offered at it and gets called for a strike.
And, you know, you've got thousands of people here and only 3 know what took place, and that's at home plate.
2-strike pitch, swung on and missed, and Hernandez out on strikes.
My point being, it would be nice if there was some type of an explanation that was given to the fans.
Well, they'll get back to that in the regular season, but it would be nice here while we're experimenting with these rules and finding out the nuances as we go.
Well, there's no signal also to the press box as to what was happening.
Ryan Ward puts it on the ground to the right side. It is gobbled up by Lopez, the second baseman. Throws on to first. 3 up, 3 down for the Dodgers in the second inning. No score here in Goodyear. Dustin May ready to go for inning number 2. Curt Casali, the catcher, will be the first Reds hitter. As May fires, and a slowly hit ground ball down toward third, and it's going to be a base hit. So let's go back to the at-bat involving Michael Busch, see what happened. It had nothing to do with the clock, as we find out here. It's actually a foul tip that was caught by the catcher on a 2-strike count. So it was 1-2, and apparently the ball somehow grazed the bat of Michael Busch.
Would have been the knob of the bat, but then Busch looked at his arm. The other part, too, that was a mystery is an home plate umpire, Tony Randazzo, who is a veteran, never signaled foul tip with his hands. He signaled out.
So that was what happened there. Had nothing to do with a pitch clock or whether he called 2 timeouts or whatever.
As clear as mud.
Yeah. Then he's out. He says, hey, I caught that foul tip on strike 3.
And Busch motions it hit him. Which that part of his body was not close. So welcome to the site of misinformation.
Spencer Steer, third baseman from Long Beach.
Well, he's been hot. 5-game hitting streak where he's 7 for 14.
Yeah, he's been good here. He's going to be good for the Reds. Really good young player. And the pitch from May. Snapped in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Spencer Steer.
Well, you and I had a conversation with someone of the Reds organization earlier today, and they like a lot of their young players.
And they think they're going to get to a point where they can turn the corner sooner rather than later. Oh, breaking ball. That fooled him badly. What a pitch.
You're looking for that heater in the mid to upper 90s, and you get a wrinkle in it, and just to perfection, a wrinkle in it. Started inside, which will have a tendency also to kind of freeze a batter momentarily.
Jose Barrero has hit safely in 5 of his last 6 to face Dustin now. Runner at first and 1 out. May, the stretch, the kick, and the pitch. Wave and a miss.
Barrero at shortstop. This year is going to be the 7th consecutive season that the Reds will have a different starting shortstop on opening day.
Good news for Barrera, but what does that say about how things have gone in the organization?
Suitcases.
Yeah.
Plane tickets.
Well, they're trying to create some stability in the infield. When you look at Barrera, they figure he's an answer right now and maybe for a little while. And you got Steer at third base, so a couple of good young players. 0-2 pitch. Fastball just off the plate outside. Dustin May thought he had strike 3, takes the ball back from Patrick Mazeika with an expression of, I should have had that call. Dustin May from Justin, Texas, with a 1-2 pitch, and he throws it in the dirt.
Yeah. You ever want a nice conversation? Bring up to an umpire the term pitch framing by catchers to maybe get a call because how they receive the ball and pull the glove in. It'll be an interesting conversation, and if you talk to the umpire, bring it up, you'll do a lot of listening.
2-2 outside, and now the count full, 3-2 with 1 out.
Umpires do not believe in the metrics that most teams and organizations are looking at. The importance of pitch framing, is it a viable situation or not?
I mean, a lot of teams keep track of that.
Yeah,
and
there was a pitch violation
analysts.
right there. Changing the count, now full.
There's a 3-2 now from Dustin May. He's taking his time as the clock ticks down.
This is what Max Scherzer has done. Use the clock as a weapon. Hitters absolutely hate standing there. It seems like forever. And May was a little irritated. He got called for the pitch violation and then used it to his benefit the next time. Hitters hate just standing there.
Yeah.
And standing there and standing there. And if you already called time once, you cannot back out again.
Luke Maile, designated hitter. This is on the inside corner to May.
This has not really been an afternoon of contact. There have been 14 total batters in the game, and 9 of them have carried lumber back to the dugout. Strikeouts.
We expect to see some punch outs for Dustin May over the course of the season. Pushes tally a little higher this year. 2-0 now to Maile.
He doesn't have the question mark about how is my arm going to respond now after the Tommy John surgery. Now he understands 100%. I'm good to go.
2-0 pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. Yeah, we talked about May when he came back last year. Walk rate was up. His first pitch strike rate was down. It's 38%. So that's one thing we'll keep an eye on with Dustin May this year to see how that goes up. Hopefully a lot more than that. 2-1. And it's low. 3 balls and a strike to Luke Maile. Leo Lopez on deck, second baseman. Dustin straightens up and fires. And he missed high, ball 4. Walks Maile with 2 outs, and now the Reds have 2 on. Casale goes down to second base, and Alejo Lopez will stand in. 5 for 21 on the spring, .238 average.
A conference on the mound. Which allows me to ask the question. You went to the WBC game last night.
I did.
Boisterous?
To say the least, and it's going to be even more boisterous tonight. Completely sold out house tonight at Chase Field, Mexico and the U.S. Last night it was about 40,000, almost full, for the U.S.'s win over Great Britain. Here's a pitch, and Lopez will take a ball. Yeah, great atmosphere. It was it kind of reminded me of the Olympics in a way, with the way people dress up in support of their countries. And a delivery that's outside. 2-0. But really a great crowd, and Mookie Betts had a hit last night, went 1 for 5. Nearly missed a home run in his first at bat. Trace Thompson had a home run for Great Britain to get things started. Great Britain is playing Canada right now, and Canada leading 6-5 in the 3rd inning. I think they've been playing for 3 hours already. It seems like it. They had a really long first inning. 2 ball, no strike pitch. Strike call to the knees to Lopez.
Canada leading Great Britain 6-5, but Great Britain threatening. Just noticing how different teams, different countries celebrate after a big base hit.
Wave and a miss by Lopez.
Dodgers, for example, last couple of would bang on their helmet. Well, I noticed today in the game Great Britain, there was a double that was hit, and the runner at second base was acting like it was high tea, taking a sip of tea, if you will.
2 on, 2 out. Runners at first and second. May's pitch down and in, cut on and missed, and Lopez strikes out. 3 strikeouts for May in the inning, 5 in the game, and the Reds strand 2. No score heading to the third. It's 35 in the Phoenix area, in the City of Hope, Phoenix. Really helped her. She's a cancer survivor. She finished radiation treatments in September. And she's gone on to earn her master's degree, and she gets to high-five the Dodgers and take a Cadillac trot for life, that's for sure. We did this at Camelback Ranch the other day. The Reds doing it here today, but again, City of Hope, Phoenix, home run for life. Certainly created a great memory for Angele Brown. Dustin May, 5 strikeouts, including 3 mixed in a walk and a base hit in the second inning. 36 pitches to this point, and has just scattered the 2 hits. But so far, we're seeing some pretty good things from Dustin May. He locked up Spencer Steer there. That was in the first inning. Guerrero struck out, and he got Alejo Lopez, the second baseman, to strike out as well. So you talk about that ball movement that he's got. I mean, that ball just dances out of his hand.
It's nasty. I continue to use the word nasty. And by all accounts, we talked to scouts on top of it outside the organization. Dustin May has naturally some of the nastiest stuff on the staff as far as velocity combined with movement.
Leading off for the Dodgers in the third inning is Johnny DeLuca. It's Graham Ashcraft, and he swings and he drives one to left center field. That ball's headed back to the wall, and it is gone. DeLuca with a home run. That gets the Dodgers on the board, 1-0.
What has started out as a long afternoon for hitters. There have been 16 batters in the game. 10 had struck out. For DeLuca, the first pitch thrown to him, he says, no, we're going to reverse that story. He went down and got a pitch out over the plate. That ball was spanked.
Yeah. He had 18 home runs in Great Lakes in Advanced A last year. Had 7 more when he went to Double-A Tulsa. And gets his first in the exhibition season here. So the Dodgers strike first with a home run from Johnny DeLuca. Now Patrick Mazeika taps this one foul. Makes it a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Kirsten standing by.
This is a thing. I've got Johnny DeLuca right here. Johnny, you hit that quite far. Tell us, what did you see at the plate? How did you get that swing?
He's throwing hard fastballs. He's throwing cutters. I saw first pitch and swung, made contact. That's about it. Keep it simple.
How do you use this time, to get this opportunity with a lot of the guys at the WBC right now?
Yeah, it's important. I mean, I've been trying to learn from guys, like Mookie and the veterans in this clubhouse, but with them gone, just getting playing time. Not working. I'm out of breath right now because I just ran the bases. So sorry about that, but.
Hey, you did a great job. That's all I got for you right now, so thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, guys.
All right, thanks, Kirsten. Yeah, Johnny DeLuca out of breath.
Just kept it simple.
Yep. Didn't take him too long to get around the bases. That's for sure. Born in Thousand Oaks, from Agora Hills, University of Oregon. And now Jason Hayward batting with 1 out. And a strike to him.
Well, for Ashcraft also gives up the home run first pitch here in the third inning. Goes back to what we talked about in the open. Ashcraft 11 home runs he gave up last year, 10 to right-handed batters.
And a base hit for Hayward. Hayward with an outstanding catch to end the first inning, and now he bloops one into left center. for the second hit of the inning, and the Dodgers a man on and one out.
Well, if he puts the ball into play, combined with the defense and the way he can run the bases, I mean, this is going to be an asset to this Dodger ball club. With most of the salary still being picked up by the Chicago Cubs, which would be a heck of a deal.
Ashcraft deals inside. I mean, that's why it was really a no-brainer for the Dodgers to take a run at Hayward, as the big financial responsibility still belongs to Chicago. He was one of the few remaining Cubs, too, from the 2016 championship year. World Series winners. And Kyle Hendricks is the only one remaining on the current roster. So Hayward at first with a base hit. That snapped an 0 for 12 skid for him. Ashcraft, he can get the radar gun moving. He also gets Chris Taylor moving, and he clipped him there. So Taylor's going to head down to first base. Hayward over to second.
Fortunately, a glancing blow.
Steven Duggar is 1 for 1 today. Glad you guys have joined us on the radio TV simulcast today with Rick Monday, Tim Neverett, Kirsten Watson, and Goodyear, Arizona. Dodgers up 1-0. And Duggar lobs one into center field, coming on to attempt to catch as the center fielder Will Benson looked like he trapped it. He may have been injured.
Yeah, third base umpire was the one that went out and called it no catch. And shaken up on the play is Benson. Yeah, that ball hit the ground, short hopped into the glove.
Benson is up on his feet, and he's telling the Reds trainer go back. Reds
Which
manager
they're not
David
going
Bell.
to.
Well, he's going to come check him anyway. Steven Duggar, meantime, 2 for 2. The Dodgers have loaded the bases here in the third inning.
Yeah, what is by design or just selection of pitches? Been swinging early in the count in this inning. DeLuca's home run, first pitch. Duggar's base hit, first pitch. Hayward did not go deep into the count either.
Just 2 pitches there for Hayward. Again, as we get the scouting report from Johnny DeLuca right after he touched home plate, he said fastballs and cutters. And so they're trying to jump on one or the other early in the count.
Ashcraft used that off-speed pitch in the first inning pretty well, where he struck out 3. Yes, there was a base hit. Duggar had that base hit.
Well, here is an opportunity for James Outman. He's had opportunities and has cashed in this spring. It's 0 for 1 today. Struck out swinging in the first. It came in with a .400 batting average. Base is full. The left-handed hitter. And he takes a ball in the dirt for ball 1. Dodgers leading 1-0 on Johnny DeLuca's home
may
run.
be injured as well.
Well, the trainer who just got back to the...
He took the throw back from his catcher and then walked about 10 feet off of the pitcher's mound onto the grass area. Yeah. And they're not going to take any chances at all. I think he's probably going to leave the game. So watch him after he makes the throw.
Yep.
Yeah, he limped.
Looked like he reached for the back of his right knee.
Yep. And then just walked back onto the grass and hoping it was a cramp or something. But the Reds, understandably, they're not going to take any chances at all right here.
They're not. And they are going to go to the bullpen and bring somebody else in. So Graham Ashcraft is done early due to injury. Meantime, the Dodgers have the bases loaded and 1 out when we come back. Here's baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr., where all your charbroiled burger wishes come true. Back there in Goodyear, 1-0 Dodgers and threatening for more in the top of the third inning. And a right-handed pitcher over from minor league camp, Randy Winn, is in for the Reds, taking over for Graham Ashcraft, who went 2 1/3 before leaving with an apparent leg issue. Ashcraft ends up giving up 4 hits, 2 of them to Steven Duggar, a home run to Johnny DeLuca. Didn't walk anybody, and he struck out 5. So Winn is in, born in San Diego, went to college in St. Louis. And James Outman will have a 1-ball, no-strike count on him when he comes to the plate. 2023 season ticket memberships are now on sale. Receive exclusive access to opening day and postseason tickets and so much more. For more information, visit Dodgers.com/membership. So Winn coming in due to an injury, had as many pitches as deemed necessary to warm up. So he's ready to go now. And James Outman with a 1-0 count. Hayward at third, Taylor at second, Duggar at first. And Outman waves and misses, strike 1. Outman got married in December. Got back from his honeymoon, and he said it was already January, so it was time for baseball. Takes a strike, and it's 0-2. Went on a Caribbean cruise. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to James Outman. Wins pitch, foul back. And the center fielder, Will Benson, seems to be okay. They're shifting him over toward left center for this next pitch. 1-2, way up high, 2-2. He was over to the right side of the batter's eye before, now over to the left side. Outman pops this one up. First base side. It'll be an infield fly, so Outman is out. Doesn't matter if the ball drops. The batter is out. The runners advance at their own risk. So if you're wondering why the runners didn't go, that's the infield fly rule. Classic example of it right there.
Yep, and the fielder closest to the baseball gets credit for the putout.
So that would be Joey Votto, even though he didn't catch it. So he gets a put
Well,
out there.
it's interesting that Votto is playing in a day game. Maybe he just got this memo. And he don't have sunglasses.
Don't you like the guys who wear they bring the sunglasses with them? Michael Busch fouls the first pitch away. They bring the sunglasses with them. They put them up on the brim of the hat and never wear them.
Well, I'm astounded. You have a first baseman doesn't have his sunglasses. You have a second baseman that doesn't have sunglasses. You have a shortstop that doesn't have sunglasses. Aha, the third baseman does.
Well, he's a Long Beach guy. That's
Well,
why.
he's equipped to play
He
the
knows.
game. The other 3.
Busch with a no ball, 2-strike count on him. 2 down, bases full. Randy Winn delivers, and that is a breaking ball down and in.
Here's a question. Will they be wearing sunglasses when they leave the stadium today?
Sure.
Get into the car and go?
Yep.
Yeah, but not during a game.
I got a pair up here I'm not doing anything with right now. Should I offer?
Evidently, they have a pair somewhere and not doing anything with them either.
Busch hanging in there. Michael Busch hoping to get going here in spring training. Again, 0 for 1 today. He's 2 for 18. And fouls this one a long way down the left field side. Into the crowd. Good crowd today. They're expecting the largest crowd of spring training here at Goodyear Ballpark, whether it be for the Reds or the Guardians, who share this facility. Be a sellout today. Bush fouls another one back.
Well, it's a pretty good matchup. It's a Sunday afternoon. The weather is warming up. It has really cooperated. Blue skies. And oh yes, the Dodgers happen to be a pretty good draw. Cincinnati, a lot of promise this year. It's going to be a building season, and they're really excited about some of the younger players.
Pitch outside from Wynn. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, the Reds last year 62 and 100. And it just did not go the way that they had hoped. It was pretty evident, I think, early on in the season where it was going. Pitch up high, now the count full. In fact, the Dodgers last year went 7-0 against the Reds and outscored them in those 7 games 52-18. So the carousel will begin. The runner's off, and Bush taps it foul, bouncing into the first base dugout behind him.
You know what I find amazing is that there was a ball lost in the sun. The first, second baseman, and shortstop are not wearing sunglasses, and yet even after the ball was lost in the sun, no one has called time to get a pair of sunglasses.
This will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat, the payoff. And Bush waves and misses. He strikes out, leaving him loaded. 1 run on the home run by Johnny DeLuca through 2.5. Dodgers 1, Reds nothing. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Dustin May back up on the hill, facing the top of the order, Will Benson. As Ashcraft's being taken off the field, and he'll be attended to, walking under his own power.
Yeah, a little limp.
Yeah, a little limp. While we wait there, we
just had royalty again in the booth.
We had Cincinnati royalty visit us.
Marty Brennaman.
Yeah. The great Marty Brennaman, Hall of Famer.
He presented the game in an honest, friendly, accurate way, and just a delightful man.
All right, Dustin May into the wide, and Benson lifts this one in the air to left field. Going back is Outman, circling behind it in front of the track. He'll make the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out in the Cincinnati 3rd. Yeah, Marty he's one of the best guys too, because before a game, I mean, he's always willing to sit down and help you out and give you whatever information you want. Plus, he's going to make you laugh about 100 times. So it was always a highlight going to Cincinnati.
See what Dustin May did on that last. There's a fly ball to right field, so the ball never hit the ground, right? Dustin May wanted a new baseball before it even came back into the infield.
1-0 pitch to Joey Votto. He swings, and that's a strike. Well, maybe he didn't like it to begin with. Maybe not. I couldn't tell you. He does know that there seems to be an unlimited supply, so he can ask for a new one whenever he wants.
Yeah.
Strike delivered to Votto.
Well, they use more baseballs in games now than ever before. Yeah. I mean, it used to be an umpire would look at the ball and maybe, okay, I can get this little dirt spot rubbed off, but no, tossed.
2-2 the count. 1 out, bases empty. The Dodgers with a 1-0 lead. The pitch is a little flare on the ground to the left side. Chris Taylor over by the shortstop position makes the play, firing on to first base in time to get Votto.
Yeah, the top hand of Joey Votto, that left hand, may be a little sensitive right now. He was jammed. Of course, the first day back for him in competition. It's the old thing I was saying earlier about hitters have a tendency to jam themselves early in spring until they kind of get the swing back.
May will face Will Myers, deals him low and in, ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. And a ground ball foul off the front of the third base dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Talking about baseballs and a higher number of baseballs being used, if recollection is accurate, I seem to recall last year reading that the average lifespan of a baseball is around 6 pitches or less.
Used to be a lot more. Chopper down toward third, but it's foul.
And also, if the memory bank is correct, I believe to prepare for games during the regular season, they have availability. I think it's 18 dozen balls.
2-2, wave and a miss, and Myers is out on strikes. 6 strikeouts for Dustin May through 3 innings of work. Dodgers 1, Reds nothing. The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Dodger Stadium. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. It is a must-have. So here is Hernandez, the shortstop for the Dodgers. He takes a strike as Randy Winn remains in. And probably why he's remaining in is because the initial plan was to have Ashcraft go 4 innings. But due to the injury, he's left early. And then after 4 innings, they had another pitching plan. They were looking to get 3 other pitchers in today. So he'll get some more work here. Strike to Hernandez. Ball and 2 strikes. Dodgers 1, Reds nothing. Johnny DeLuca solo home run to lead off the 3rd inning. That's tapped foul out of play. One ball and 2 strikes. Win out of the wind delivers, and Hernandez fouls it down the third base side up into the seats. Not a lot of cover here in the stands. Everybody's pretty much out in the sun. There is one little section behind the third base dugout that has cover, but that's it.
The people right behind home plate in the sun, anywhere in the sun, boy, they are you could call them fans because they're using fans to stay cool.
And this is a sunscreen kind of day. Hernandez takes high, and that'll fill it up. He's supposed to get up to 81 today. 78 right now. Hernandez on the ground to the right side. Lopez on to first, where Jason Vossler has taken over for Joey Votto. 1 down for the Dodgers. So Votto just got 2 at-bats today in his first spring game after coming off shoulder surgery.
And Vossler does not have sunglasses on either.
I knew that's what you pulled the binoculars out for. Taking sunglass attendance today.
Well, when you lose a ball in the sun and no one makes an adjustment.
Ryan Ward ropes one down the right field line. That's going to bounce and go 1 hop off the wall. Ward around first, on his way to second. Here comes the throw. He slides. He's safe. A 1-out double for Ryan Ward, his 6th hit of the spring.
Ward can run pretty well too. He got a breaking ball, able to get out and pull it, and did a good job in fielding it flawlessly. And right was Myers and gets the ball back in.
Johnny DeLuca 1 for 1 with a home run. He'll take outside for a ball. This was what happened in the 3rd inning. He got one he could drive, and he certainly drove it. Responsible for the lone Dodger run today. And he lifts this one in the air, same direction but not nearly as far. Center fielder fighting the sun. Benson makes the catch, and he'll gun it back onto the infield, hitting the cutoff man Barrera. Back to second goes Ryan Ward, and there are 2 men down.
Well, at least Benson in center field has sunglasses, and he's still battling the sun.
Patrick Mazeika. He's just got regular glasses. And he lines the first pitch to left. Waiting for it. TJ Friedl, Reds left fielder. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left through 3.5. Dodgers 1, Reds nothing. Back for his 4th inning of work, Dustin May. His 2 hits, 6 strikeouts through the first 3. He's at 47 pitches. The strong-armed right-hander out of Texas kicks and fires and delivers high to T.J. Friedel, the left fielder. Friedel flied out to center field in the first inning. Jason Hayward made a great catch on it. Looked like he was perhaps going to get a base hit out of it. But Hayward had a good jump on it. Made a sliding grab to rob Friedel of a hit. 1-1 pitch. Inside and low. 2 balls and a strike.
Friedel, a non-drafted free agent. Reds like him. Some defense. Has some speed.
Pitches up. 3-1.
He went a little bit of the Rockies format as far as hitting better at home. 95 points better in his average at Great American Ballpark than elsewhere.
This ball lifted into right field, and over to play it is Steven Duggar, running to his right. And Friedel is out, 1 gone on the Reds' 4th.
Dustin May does not want that ball either. They get the feeling anything that's hit hard, he figures, no, it's a bad baseball. Let me get another one, even though the ball never touched the ground.
I don't know. I would. Just me. I tend to want to keep it.
Oh, it was an out.
Might be a scuff in it. Right? I mean.
Well, and do pitchers know what a scuff on a baseball can do now?
Especially with his movement. Imagine how much more it could create.
If you get a scuff on a baseball, the right location, a big part of the scene, depending upon how you hold it and how to release it, you can make it do everything except play the piano.
0-2 pitch now to Curt Casali. Inside, 1-2.
I mean, seriously, if you come over the top, the ball will move away from the scuff mark. So if you hold the scuff mark to the inside and you come right over the top, your right-handed pitcher is going to move to the right.
Next offer is high, 2-2.
The scuff mark on the other side come directly over. It's going to move the other way. And conversely, you can make it sink and to stay kind of on the same plane. People say, well, it's a riser. No, it won't rise. Gravity's going to get it.
A swing and a foul tip into the glove of Mazika for strike 3. 7th strikeout for Dustin May. 2 down.
And there have been pitchers in the past that understood if you can change the aerodynamics of a baseball, it can do some funny things.
Well, that's why, from the pitcher's standpoint, you would think you'd want the umpire to throw the ball out if they discover there's something on it. You know, in the old days, if position players would use whatever they could. Catchers always had a buckle on the side of the shin guard or something. They could put a little cut in the ball.
Elston Howard did that with the Yankees for years, for Whitey Ford in particular.
Spencer Steer did not go around. He checked his swing. 1 ball and 1 strike to Steer. Steer struck out.
Sandpaper found mysterious ways to attach itself to gloves of pitchers from time to time, or emery boards.
If an umpire notices there's a scuff on the ball or a mark on it, he'll throw it out.
Well,
a batter can ask for the ball to be checked. There's a strike delivered to Steer.
That's 2 outs. Can't get into the story.
We got a lot of baseball left.
Part of a trivia question.
2-2. Breaking ball fouled straight down.
I'll give you the tease. I caught the 3rd out of the same inning with the same batter off of 2 different pitches.
Okay.
Stay tuned, folks. That's called a tease.
He'll fill us in the top half of the 5th inning. 2-2 to Spencer Steer. A little low. That count is full. 3-2.
Well, all of the strikeouts by Dustin May are swinging strikes. There have been a lot of swings and misses because of the movement.
A high chopper towards short. Hernandez fields, throws, and it's there in time. And a 1-2-3-4 for Dustin May. Dodgers 1, Reds nothing, heading to the 5th. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Perfect day here in Goodyear, Arizona with Rick Monday, Tim Neverett. 1-0 Dodgers starting the 5th. Jason Hayward takes ball 1 from the new pitcher Casey Legumina, making his 4th appearance in spring training for Cincinnati. Drops a strike in on him, and it's 1-1. Legumina out of Gonzaga. But went to high school not too far away in Chandler, Arizona, on the other side of the valley. 2 balls and a strike to Hayward. Hayward today 1 for 2. Singled and was stranded at third in the 3rd. Struck out swinging back in the 1st. Reds right-hander fires, and this one slapped foul out of play. 2-2. All right, so you're in the outfield. You make a catch.
I caught the 3rd out of the same inning with the same batter with 2 different pitchers. St. Louis. Don Sutton is the pitcher. Don't remember who the hitter was. They have been collecting baseballs from Don, thinking that the balls may have been mysteriously altered.
Jason Hayward walks, and we get out of the dugout. Dustin May standing by with Kirsten.
Thanks, Tim. Well, Dustin, I mean, look, a really strong outing for you today. How do you assess, this is your 3rd outing of spring, how do you assess kind of where you're at right now?
I'm in a very good spot body-wise, so that's the biggest thing that I've been looking for over the last couple of years, because I've been hurt. So as long as I'm staying healthy through spring and I'm staying confident with my throws, I think we're in a good spot.
How good does it feel just knowing that you did come into the spring, and you mentioned right there staying healthy? I mean, how does that change what this year can look like for you?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, just going through last year and then having the back issue at the end of the year really put a damper on my spirits, because I'd been battling so long to get back, and then getting back and getting hurt, it really kind of pissed me off. But now that I'm back healthy and my back's feeling good, my arm's feeling good, I'm in a really good spot.
You're back with some new rules. I know the pitch clock there kind of frustrated you at one point, but then it seemed like you used it to your advantage. Is there kind of a game you can play there?
Oh, 100%, especially with the guys calling timeouts early in the ABs. I'm very comfortable sitting and waiting, and I know as a hitter, it makes them very, very uncomfortable. So if I can hold the ball as long as possible to make them feel very not confident in their next swing, I'm going to do it.
Has the pitch clock been a transition for you personally?
Not really. I'm a pretty fast worker to begin with, so I like catching the ball and getting on the mound and getting going. So the only thing that's really hindered is just like my waiting games, like with guys on second base and like pickoffs and stuff like that. But other than that, I think it's more of an advantage for pitchers.
When you look at the rotation right now, and again, still pretty early in spring, what is your takeaways from what you've been seeing from not only yourself, but the guys around you?
I mean, I think we're in a really good spot. We got guys that are healthy right now, so that's always a really good thing. We just need Tony to come back from his ankle injury. He wasn't very cat-like that day, but after he comes back, I think we're going to be in a very good spot.
Did you tell him that?
I did tell him that. Yeah, he smiled and laughed.
I love it. What's it been like getting to know Noah?
Noah, I mean, we kind of grew up near each other in Texas, so we're both Texas boys. He's very talkative, very nice, and I'm excited for the friendship to grow.
I know we talked about it a little bit at the beginning of spring, but have you guys made any plans for all of us when we come to Texas? Because that's a trip for us this year.
Yeah, it is going to be a trip for us, and we can actually go do something other than like 2020. We couldn't do anything, but I'm sure we can figure something out, go get some barbecue or something. I think that might have to happen.
How would you say the offense is looking today? Things look good, huh?
We've been swinging the bat very well. We've been putting some good bat on ball, and we've been taking some really good pitches. So I think we're in a good spot.
Some more runs on the board. I will let you take this, Tim.
James Outman does it again. Thanks to Dustin May. Drives in 2. Outman does. And now the Dodgers lead it 3-0.
Well, there's a lot to really admire, first of all, for Dustin May to see that, he feels good. Oh, what a blessing that is. And then you look at Outman. We continue to talk is that he is opening eyes and really delivering, and he does again here.
Michael Busch will tap her foul for Outman. That's his first double. And he's driven in 2 more, so 8 runs batted in for Outman. Michael Busch is swinging a miss. So the Dodgers getting into the bench a little bit. Bradley Zimmer ran for Hayward. Drew Avens ran for Duggar, and Busch hits one deep to right field, and this ball's gone. Michael Busch gets into one. His first spring home run. A 2-run shot. 5-0 Dodgers.
Get the ball up in the air, and especially to right field now. It can get up in that breeze. It just continues to pick up. Wind or no wind for Michael Busch. Really strong. Powerful swing to begin with. And they tried to come inside on him, and they did not get it in tightly enough.
Hernandez takes a strike. Dodgers have struck for 4 so far here in the 5th inning with 1 out. Base is clear and an 0-1 count. The Dodgers shortstop today. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Michael Busch also, you start to look at 142 minor league games last year between AA and AAA. He had 70 extra base hits, including 32 home runs.
Well, that's the stroke we've been waiting to see this spring. We knew it was there.
It's the time of spring that I really believe you're going to begin seeing better swings, more consistent swings by hitters. You're also going to be seeing more consistency with pitchers in the way that they deliver the ball.
Three-1 offer. It's fouled off, and Kirsten's back to work in the dugout.
This is a busy day for me, guys. I've got Michael Busch with me. You just had a 2-run homer. What did you see there? What allowed you to kind of take that swing there?
Well, I saw he was fastball changeup, a little bit of slider, then he went first pitch slider, kind of caught me off guard. Threw a pretty good fastball, and then I was just trying to battle a little bit. Just trying to get the barrel to the ball and see what I could do to, drive James in.
So earlier in this game, there was kind of a weird situation at the plate in which we thought maybe it was a pitch clock violation. Turns out you thought maybe it hit you, but then it was a foul tip, and you told the umpire it was actually a strike. Walk us through what all happened there, because you kind of called yourself out.
Well, no, so I was kind of confused. So it was pitch 1 strike, pitch 2 strike, and then it hit the bat and fouled it off, and they called it a foul ball. But I was like, if it's a foul ball, then I'm out because he caught it. So then I tried to play it off like he hit me.
Oh, that was acting.
Because I thought that, I tried because somebody was going to catch wind of it, that it was a foul ball into the catcher's mitt, strike 3. But the catcher and the umpire already had thought of it as a foul ball, and I was like, well, then if it's a foul ball, I'm out.
You know
I
what?
tried to play it off a little bit, and then the coach said something, and then.
Well, today is the Oscars, so you know what? You have my Oscar nominee, all right?
I was like, it hit me, and he was like, no, it didn't. I was like, well, if it didn't hit me, then I'm out, but I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, no.
So.
That's such a great story. Okay, well, with the Oscars being today for Best Acting in a Cactus League game, it goes officially to Michael Busch. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
Ryan Ward clobbers one to right field, but it's going to stay in the ballpark. No, it's gone. I beg your pardon. I had it right the first time. He did clobber it.
Up into the wind.
Wow.
It just kept going and going and going. So it's not quite a jet stream, but that's going a long way.
Yeah. Speaking of actors, Will Myers fooled me.
Well, I pointed out also with Michael Busch, and we had it, and there's talk about had it. How about that swing? But for Busch, he actually grabbed his protected, a little extra protection on his right arm, trying to plead his case with the home plate umpire on the ball that did glance off the knob of the bat.
Well, he tried to play. I mean, nothing wrong with a hitter trying to do that. Johnny DeLuca will wait and hit. He's got a home run today. DeLuca, Busch, and now Ward have all homered for the Dodgers. It looks like that's going to do it. Well, he's going to have a short outing, apparently. David Bell comes out to get him. So Michael Busch getting into one. His first home run of the spring. 2-run shot scoring Outman. And then Ryan Ward. A solo shot to back him up. Dodgers lead 6-0. Right-hander Emmanuel Cachet takes over. Dodgers up 6-0. 2 outs. Base is clear, and DeLuca at the plate, 1 for 2. And the right-hander ready in the 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Emmanuel Cachet is how you say his name's out of Venezuela. Right-hander working the first base side of the rubber against Johnny DeLuca. And DeLuca pops this one up. Shallow center. Coming on is Will Benson, and he lost it in the sun. And into second base safely with a pop-up slide is DeLuca. Benson, sunglasses on and everything. He was trying to get under it. The ball hit the grass without being touched, so that's going to be a double for Johnny DeLuca.
Would have been a routine out, but the glasses, you know, we don't see a lot of players use the flip down glasses, which are much darker than the glasses you'll be wearing at all times. But I mean, this is a bright, sunshiny day. There's no clouds in the sky above this ballpark.
Zika takes a strike.
But at least he was equipped to have glasses, give himself a chance. 3 of the infielders still don't have them on after 1 ball was lost in the sun by the infield.
High sky today in Goodyear.
The breeze now moving out towards center field.
And you don't see players wearing the flip downs very often anymore. You'll see it occasionally. Used to see it a lot more, but you're right. Those lenses are just that much darker.
Well, they don't have endorsements for the flip down glasses.
That's a good point.
The endorsements are with other companies.
That's true. That is part of the game. Zika looking for his first hit of the spring. He's 0 for 11.
Well, speaking of hits, about the last 3 innings, Dodgers 6 runs on 9 hits. And in those last 3 innings, the Dodger hitters are 9 for 17 with 3 home runs. Yikes.
Well, that's a good thing.
And that breeze blowing up towards the right side. And the wind just continues to pick up. So that means runway 21 at Goodyear Airport is going to get some use.
It means the aircraft will have the wind at their back, right? Oop. And Mazika's plunked.
No, into the nose, actually, with a little crosswind.
The crosswind?
A little bit.
Mazika down to first and second, 2 out.
But you got plenty of runway at Goodyear. It's 8,500 feet.
A lot of aircraft in this area.
Well, it used to be a naval air station, World War II.
Bradley Zimmer, who pinch ran for Hayward, gets an at bat here in the same inning. And Zimmer is accustomed to playing at this ballpark when he was with Cleveland for a number of years. Yeah, can you imagine what was around here when just the naval station was here in the 1940s?
Yeah, the naval station was around here.
That was it.
That was it.
Bunch of tumbleweed other than that. 0-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Zimmer goes down looking. But the Dodgers get the bats going. Halfway home in Goodyear. Dodgers 6, Reds nothing. Pitcher for the Dodgers to start the bottom of the 5th inning. It is Phil Bickford. Dustin May, really good outing today. And Bickford now will make his 5th appearance in a spring training game. He'll face the shortstop Jose Barrero. They're calling time at the plate just a moment to let the Dodger players who are leaving the game get out. There's a doorway that takes him to the clubhouse that's in play in right field, so they needed him to get into the door and close it behind him. A pitch to Barrera from Bickford. And that's in there for a strike. There's Phil's next offer. And this one's clubbed to left field. Going back on it is Damon Keith. And at the wall, he makes the catch. His second appearance in a spring training game. He backed up to the wall and made the grab. Good play.
A little crosswind. Well, got a good pitch to hit, but hitting with that crosswind.
Keith got a hit yesterday against the Cubs, I think. And a strike dealt to Luke Maile, the designated hitter. Maile coming up for just the second time in the game. The Dodgers' 8th spot in the batting order has hit 3 times. And has been productive. It's DeLuca, home run and a double. Nothing and 2 to Maile. Bickford fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Put a little hook in it. And Maile is out, 2 gone.
8 strikeouts. Reds hitters. Perfect placement. That little slider low and away by Bickford.
Alejo Lopez, the second baseman, struck out in his only plate appearance back in the 2nd inning. Foul tip caught by David Freitas for a strike. Freitas is in catching. Saw Keith in left field. Bradley Zimmer remains in center. Drew Avens is in right. Jahmai Jones is the second baseman for the Dodgers now. Eddie Leonard is in at shortstop, and Justin Yurchak is in at first base. His first appearance in a spring game. Saw him a bunch of times last year. Pitch is popped up to right center. Zimmer with room over there to get it. And into the jet stream. He had to alter his route at the last moment, but he made the catch, and Bickford has a 1-2-3, bottom of the 5th. Opening week at Dodger Stadium, presented by Bank of America, is going to be non-stop celebration you won't want to miss. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions. Chris Taylor swinging and missing, and Casey Legumina is back in for the Reds. He was taken out and now gets to start a clean inning again. Legumina trying to erase what happened last inning. And start fresh here in the top of the 6th. And this one is hit well to left center field, but it'll hang up. And over to get it for the Reds is T.J. Friedl. And Chris Taylor is out. 1 gone for the Dodgers in the 6th. Here's Drew Avens. And Avens, left-handed batter, takes a strike. That's one of those things about spring training games. If you can take a guy out and you can re-enter him. And like in, I think it's in Little League Baseball, they have what's called a re-entry rule, where you can come out of a game and then get put back in. That's okay in spring training.
Spring training, you're allowed to be creative.
Yeah. Avens walks. Or hit by a pitch, beg your pardon. Jahmai Jones will come up and hit. James Outman's spot. Legumina delivers outside. So most of the Reds still out there defensively. They have made a change at second base. Matt McLean has taken over for Alejo Lopez. Joey Votto started at first. Jason Bostel replaced him a couple innings ago. So Jahmai Jones with a 1-ball 1-strike count on him. Dodgers up 6-0 in the 6th. Ball slung in for a strike. Well, the Dodger bats part of the story. Dustin May also part of the story. Twirled 4 shutout innings. And the nice thing for him, as I told Kirsten, he is in a way better place health-wise this year. Physically, he feels he is in a much better position.
I also like the fact that we talked about Max Scherzer taking the pitch clock and using it to his advantage for a hitter, especially a hitter who's already called time once. Take that pitch clock, you come set early if there's maybe a runner on base, and just freeze the hitter for 10 seconds. Hitters hate that.
Jones lines it to center field, and right there is Will Benson. 2 out for the Dodgers in the 6th. Well, we're going to see some more pitchers do it, I think. I mean, you know, hurry up, get set. Once the guy is in the box, hurry up, get set, and then just make him wait.
Well, everyone's going to try and figure out a way that they feel in their own mind that they have an advantage.
Yeah, Dustin's comment, too, he said he thinks the pitch clock is an advantage for the pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not saying, oh, I got to hurry up and throw. He throws fast anyway, and he alluded to that, too, but we've always seen him as a fast worker. But for any pitcher to say, okay, we got this clock now, it's going to be to my advantage. And a number of pitchers are realizing that. Eddie's Leonard. And there goes Avens for second base. And Leonard lines it to right. Avens doesn't stop, and he'll be held at third. What a huge jump Drew Avens had.
Well, that's the thing of beauty. You see a runner that gets that far off. He was almost halfway to second base before the ball even got to home plate. And then for Leonard, held up his end of it. A good stroke, hitting it to right field with some authority.
And for the second time today, Casey Legumina is going to be taken out of the ball game. And another right-handed reliever coming in for Cincinnati. Pitching change, timeout in Goodyear. Right-hander Kevin Herget will take over on the mound for the Reds. He is a non-roster invite for Cincinnati. And he will pitch to Justin Yurchak, who's going to get his first plate appearance in an A game this year. Yurchak, 26 years of age. And he will take a strike. Started at Wake Forest and ended up going to SUNY in Binghamton, New York. White Sox drafted him first. He's a 12th rounder. Runners at the corners, and 2 outs. Eddie's Leonard. Jason Bourgeois is coaching first base. Former Major League outfielder. Outfield and base running guy here with the Dodgers. Swing and a miss by Yurchak. And Avens getting a huge lead, and he can, because the third baseman, Spencer Steer, is basically playing a shortstop position, so Avens could walk more than halfway down to third if he wanted to, or down to the plate. They're not going to throw through, and Eddie Leonard will take second base.
Not a chance they would throw through. No one close to keep the runner third, even thinking about coming back to the bag. An easy swipe.
2 men in scoring position. 1-2 to Yurchak. He takes high. Yurchak got to Tulsa last year, Double-A. Right there, and he pounds this one on the ground to second base. McLean there goes on to first. The Dodgers will leave 2. No runs and 1 hit for the Dodgers. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 6-0 LA. Left-hander Victor Gonzalez, the new pitcher for the Dodgers. 6 runs on 11 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 2 hits for the Reds. Victor still trying to make his way all the way back. 3rd spring training appearance right now, facing the center fielder Will Benson. Deals him inside, ball 1. Robert Vivas has taken over for Chris Taylor at 3rd. So the entire lineup is turned over once again for the Dodgers. They lead it 6-0. Strike call to Benson. Benson had an infield single in the 1st and then flied to left field in the 3rd inning. Pitch cut on and missed. Down the road in Phoenix at the World Baseball Classic, Freddie Freeman and Team Canada have 2 touchdowns. Great Britain has a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. It's 14-8 Canada.
Slugfest.
And are they halfway through the game yet? I think so. Well, it's still in the 4th inning. That game started at noon.
Yeah, they're not going to count the runs. They're going to weigh them.
Oh my. Victor's pitch fouled off to the left and out of play. I wonder if they'll be done in time for the game tonight between the U.S. and Mexico.
Well, the first game yesterday went extra innings before Team USA played. Right?
Yeah. Sliced foul down the field side. A lot of the talk last night among the members of the press at Chase Field was about the pitch clock and the lack of in the World Baseball Classic, because they're seeing the results of not having it after now we've seen it and people like it.
They are using video review.
They are.
Although we saw a play in the game today, it's currently still underway that confused us as to how they did not overturn it. But the talk also of the media last night is the fact that at the stadium, we understand they ran out of food, drink, just about everything.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
Because the first game was extra innings, and then you got the second game, but evidently, oops, the planning.
3rd inning, I went to get a bottle of water and I waited in line. Got up there and they said, nope, we're out. The 3rd inning.
But you could see.
Well, they had a
You could
case
see
of
water.
it. They had a case of it back there. And I said, well, what about one of those? Well, those are for the employees. I'm sure the stadium wouldn't mind if you sold another one. But managed. Jason Vossler, the first baseman, takes low and in. Well, Victor Slider looked pretty good in striking out Benson.
If he could get that slider under control, it's just going to enhance everything else that goes with it. But he had too many sliders and fastballs that were out of the strike zone or in the big part of the plate.
3 balls, 1 strike to the batter, Jason Vossler, who came in for Joey Votto. The 3-1 offer from Victor Gonzalez. It's pulled into the Dodger dugout, foul. Well, glad everybody on the West Coast is on the same time as us now. Daylight saving time.
Yeah. Now, if they could only get this weather.
Like to push some of it their way. Been spoiled here the last week after not being the week before. Vossler goes down looking. So Dodger pitchers now have retired 12 straight Cincinnati hitters.
That's a big pitch right there, right at the knees. Why is it that one voice is always close to the crowd, Mike?
I don't know, but it always is the way. Will Myers takes a ball like last night at the USA game. Somebody was yelling when Kyle Schwarber was up. Happened to be right near the crowd mic. He said, hit a Schwarbomb. And the next pitch was hit over the pool. But you could hear it plain as day all over the place. There's a shot down to first base. Yurchak grabs it. He'll step on the bag. And the side down in order once again. Fourth straight inning. The Reds have gone 1, 2, 3. And a solid outing for Victor Gonzalez. At the Dodger Stadium, March 30th for opening night, presented by Bank of America. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions. Dodgers and Diamondbacks will kick off the season on March 30th. Yeah, Damon Keith had a base hit in the 7th inning yesterday against the Cubs over at Camelback Ranch. Earns himself another trip with the big club for the A game. Playing left field, he takes a strike. To Cal Baptist in Riverside. And a swing and a miss. But they've shown that he has shown that he has a pretty good power bat. Reports are he's got a pretty strong throwing arm. He can play right, he can play left, he can play center. His junior year at Cal Baptist, he was the Western Athletic Conference Player of the Year. And he drives this one to right center. That's going to the wall. And he's around first on his way to second. So a good power stroke for Damon Keith. And the Dodgers have the leadoff man aboard.
And the Dodgers just continue to pound the ball. That's their 5th double in the ball game. They go with 3 home runs.
Ball just took off like a missile. Keith aboard, and Diego Cartaya moves into the designated hitter spot. Swing and a miss. Kevin Herget still in there for Cincinnati throwing as we begin the 7th inning. Strike 2 to Cartaya, Dodgers' top prospect. Dave Roberts trying to get him as many at bats as he can, and he'll call a timeout, the one that he has. But this will be a really good year developmentally for Cartaya. He'll be assigned to minor league camp at some point. Because he's a catcher, he may hang around longer, but still at some point he'll go to minor league camp and start on his season. Catch every day, continue to learn. Baseball's highly touted prospects, but he strikes out here.
And he's going to learn and understand things because he will go to a higher level of competition on top of it. Behind the count early, and then on the 1-2 thrown right by him.
David Freitas now 1 for 7 in the spring. The other Dodger catchers. And that one is down the line fair. Here comes Keith flying around third. He will score, and it's 7-0 Dodgers.
Didn't waste any time either. First pitch to his liking. The Dodger bats were quiet. Just 1 hit over the first 2 innings, but since that time, the lumber has really fired up.
Back to the top of the order, Bradley Zimmer. 1 ball, no strikes to Zimmer. Yeah, there have been a couple of games this week, Mo, where the Dodger bats just were taking a nap, but not today. Not in the game yesterday in Scottsdale either, as part of the split squad. They beat up on the Giants. The Dodgers fell at home to the Cubs. Split the day.
The bats are live in the WBC. They're at the top of the 5th. Great Britain with 8 runs. They're trailing Canada 16-8. Top of the 5th.
Wow. Great Britain may not have any pitching left. I think it goes without saying. Their starter, their number one starter, Vance Worley. You may remember him as a relief pitcher. He did start occasionally, but he was with a number of teams, including Pittsburgh and the Philadelphia Phillies. But Vance has been playing independent ball. He's been pitching in independent ball last year or so. And he started the game last night. I think he went 2 1/3 or something. Didn't go too deep into that game.
You know, look at Great Britain's pitching and say that, but how about the fact that, you know, Canada's also given up 8 runs over the first 4 innings from their pitching staff.
What's the good news? Well, we scored 16. The bad news is we gave up 8. 2-2. Zimmer knocks it foul.
That wind has just picked up a little bit more here.
How about yesterday? David Peralta of the Dodgers with a huge hit for Venezuela as they knocked off the mighty Dominican Republic. Venezuela's got a good squad also. And strike 3 to Zimmer.
Well, it's been strange. Who would have thought that Cuba would have been defeated? First of all, a couple of times, and then you look at the Dominican. That is a surprise.
Yeah, Italy advanced. Mike Piazza's team advanced. There was a tie in Pool A. They had to go to like the second tiebreaker to determine who was going to move on. And Italy had enough runs. Vivas fouls it away.
Yeah, that's the other part about the scoring. You know, you don't just all of a sudden take your foot off the accelerator, because it does come down to a tie in a situation. They have different ways to break that tie up, and run scored is one of them.
That's why Canada's 16 runs might be important for them.
Yes, absolutely.
In Pool C play. Tell you though, the fans have really caught on, haven't they? I mean, it's been around for a while now, but a little bit of a hiatus due to the pandemic. And now back, and Vivas gets a hold of this one, drives it to the wall in center field. Freitas is going to chug around third. He's on his way. Here comes the throw. He'll score standing up. 8-0 Dodgers as Yorbit Vivas just hit an absolute frozen rope to the center field wall.
This is a sweet swing right here. The 6th double of the afternoon for the Dodger hitters. He just went upstairs, tomahawked that pitch.
Drew Avans. He'll chop this one toward the middle. And Barrera throws on to first to get him. And that'll do it. But a couple more runs for the Dodgers. 3 hits, 2 doubles. Stretch time in Goodyear, Arizona. Taking a look at the week ahead. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. right here on Sportsnet LA. The Cleveland Guardians come over to take on the Dodgers. Tuesday is the final off day of the Arizona portion of spring training. Then the first meeting with the Colorado Rockies Wednesday. Texas Rangers Thursday. And they'll play every day up until they'll finish up with Kansas City here. And then head back to Southern California for the Freeway Series, 3 with the Angels. Now Wander Suero takes over here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Dodgers leading it 8-0. Suero, former Washington National, been with the Nationals a long time, and then now trying to get an opportunity with the Dodgers. Suero, a non-roster invite. That's a strike in there on Stuart Fairchild, who is the new center fielder.
Suero, there's nothing dainty about his delivery.
One and 2 now. Well, he comes right at you.
Yeah, power guy. No frills.
And Fairchild chases one in the dirt, strikes out. Freitas tried to tag him, but he's got to throw down to complete the strikeout. One away.
No frills, but working from the stretch all of the time. Good results. One up, one down.
Austin Romine, who's in to catch. Batting for Curt Casali. Veteran backstop takes a strike. Good baseball family. His dad Kevin played in the big leagues for a while. No balls and 2 strikes to Austin Romine. Suero sends one home, and Romine sends one to right. It's up in the wind, and that ball is gone. A home run for Austin Romine, and the Reds get on the board with a solo shot.
You get it up into the jet stream right now. That wind just continues to pick up just about every inning. Well, Romine went the opposite way. Havens initially thought he had a chance, but that is a pitch that basically is diagrammed pretty much right down the middle.
Christian Encarnacion Strand. 304 last year between advanced A ball and AA. Yeah, that home run by Romine, the first hit for the Reds since the second inning. Ground ball to third, backhanded Vivas, long throw, got him. Good play, Yorby Vivas, smooth over there at third. Two out.
Not wasting any time. First ball swinging. The long throw.
Suero now to the shortstop, Barrera. Jose Barrero will look at Wander Suero. Earlier, he struck out swinging back in the second inning, flat out deep to left in the fifth. 0 for 2 today. Suero deals, and this pitch is up high. Mentioned that tomorrow afternoon the Guardians come to Camelback Ranch. See it right here on Sportsnet LA. Also a simulcast again tomorrow on AM 570. So TV radio tomorrow too. Wynn's bringing it back into fair play, and that's going to drop. Eddie Leonard closest to it. He couldn't get to it. And Barrero will end up with a base hit. That ball was heading to the dugout, and the wind just blew it right back in play.
Well, look at the tracking of the baseball to begin with. They start to go over into foul territory. Nope. Cue up the Calliope music.
Wind-aided single. Here's Ellie De La Cruz. This guy is a highly touted prospect for Cincinnati. Looking to the future for this guy. #1 prospect overall for them. They signed him in 2008.
Yeah, one thing that they want. I mean, here is a prototypical athlete build. Good size to him to begin with. Shortstop, third baseman. A lot of power, but also a high strikeout rate, at least right now, early part of his career.
And he strokes one right toward the second baseman, Jahmai Jones, who makes the grab, and that'll retire the side. Reds get on the board with a home run from Austin Romine. And we go to the 8th. It is 8-1 Dodgers. Coming up following the game, it'll be Access Sportsnet Dodgers. John Hartnett, Jerry Hairston Jr. will break this one down. Plenty to break down today in terms of the offense. Also the pitching with Dustin May. Well, Bickford's done a good job. Victor Gonzalez as well. Jared Solomon takes over now for Cincinnati here in the 8th inning. Dodgers up 8-1. Jahmai Jones. 1 ball, no strikes. Dodgers second baseman. Here's the pitch. Strike called. 1-1. Yeah, those guys will have a lot to break down today. They got a bunch of doubles, home runs, some defense, pitching. They got it all. But we should point out it's not just John and Jerry. They do a great job. But the wizards behind the curtain back there in El Segundo are doing all the editing and producing, putting that show together. We'll check it out right after the game. Two-two pitch, and that's high. 3-2 to Jahmai Jones. You worked in TV news. You know what that's like, doing highlights.
It's always refreshing when you go to the set and you're being told, hey, by the time you get there, we'll have it edited and queued up.
You did it when you were still playing.
Yeah. And then first 4 years after playing. But the studio is a different animal. Out here we can stretch our arms and
enjoy the warm Arizona temperatures. What did you like about being a sports anchor when you did it?
Well, you're around the sports. You're attending the events, you're talking to people that you've really been around your entire life. But different sports, different approaches. Coat and tie.
Eddie Leonard will swing, and he'll loop one into shallow center for a base hit. Being the sports star from Santa Monica that you were and are, did it ever help you? Did it ever help you get land the big interview?
Occasionally, yes.
Leonard off of first, and the batter's Justin Yurchak. He'll take a strike. Well, who'd you get? I know one of them. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, you know one of them?
Yeah. That's why I'm asking you. It was a 1-0 pitch. Yeah, that's their first strike. Didn't you secure Mickey Mantle come in the studio once?
Yes. And I asked for an extra 60 seconds.
Strike to Yurchak, 1-2.
Because so many times the sports, which other than a live shot and a breaking news, is probably the most up to minute on the West Coast because of a lot of the games in different time zones. Well, I asked for 60 seconds more, and I got 60 seconds less. So rather than 3.5.
Wynn's going to bring it back, and oh my goodness. Encarnacion Strand with a great play. That ball was headed a few rows up into the seats, but the wind sent it back in the other direction. He hung with it. He makes the catch, and Yurchak is out.
But I went in and I tried to explain it. So look, I'd like an additional minute. And they said, well, why? And I said, well, we're going to have Mickey Mantle in. I said, well, okay, so this all-star player. I said, no, you don't understand. This is Mickey Mantle. And I was the only one that was going to have him live in studio. He had a pretty good angle. I was fortunate enough to play against the great Mickey Mantle at the end of his career. And he was selected also as the first all-star team that I was on.
There's Damon Keith. Well, that was when you really knew you were in the big leagues, right? You showed up to that locker room that day, and Mickey Mantle's on your same team.
Oh, it's like one of those you're in on. Now, I grew up not particularly fond of the Yankees, and you can underline that. But With Mantle, different story. I always envisioned Mickey Mantle. I mean, one of the great all-time players, a switch hitter, power hitter. Had all the leg injuries, but he was still fast. I always pictured Mickey Mantle as a guy that could walk into a phone booth. Now there's a collector's item for you, a phone booth. But he could walk into a phone booth and come out and there'd be an S on his chest. And yet he presented himself with his aw shucks persona.
When you go to the ballpark in Oklahoma City, they've got a statue of Mickey Mantle there, of course, from Oklahoma. Great ballpark there in Bricktown.
But I remember the feeling. You know, there's if we're fortunate, there's a few moments in our lives you look back and say, wow. When Mickey Mantle came up to me and said, "Hi, Rick." Wow.
Eddie's Leonard goes for second, and Damon Keith walks. Well, there was that, and I think you told me before the time that your mom first heard Vin Scully mention your name.
I had been in the major leagues for 11 years. When I came to the Dodgers, and my mother was in the ballpark and with a transistor radio got to hear Vin Scully mention my mom's son's name, it really came to full circle to her that her son was in the major leagues. And I tried to explain to her one night. We were sitting around and laughing, and I said, "Mom, I was fortunate. I was in the big leagues for a while." She said, "Yeah, but Vin Scully didn't announce you as a Dodger until you're 12."
Yeah, you were just a Cub.
And an A.
And an A.
But it really sunk into my mother when she heard Vin Scully mention my name. She had heard it before when I went to the National League with the Cubs.
2-0 pitch to Diego Cartaya. And he lifts this one in the air to right. Wind could play a little havoc with this, but the right fielder, Martini, able to go over there and make the play. And the side is retired. On for the Dodgers, bottom of the 8th. Dodgers out hitting Cincinnati 15-4, leading 8-1. Fourth outing for Adam. Looking to roll some ground balls. It's kind of his thing. Reduce the ground ball out. Pitch to contact guy. Been with the A's the last few years after leaving the Dodgers. And the pitch goes to the backstop. So the sight's not exactly zeroed in. And Matt McLain now playing shortstop for Cincinnati as the batter. And there's a shot past a diving first baseman, Justin Yurchak, out into right field. And McLain's got himself a leadoff single to start the Cincinnati 8th. Richie Martin, the left fielder, will bat next. Caught up in the score, but Canada's added another run, huh?
17-8 over Great Britain.
It's a real,
6th inning.
It's a pitcher's duel. Kolarov rifles in a strike. I was talking about that a little earlier. Just, the fans have really responded in every venue. It's been great to see. Whether it's been in Taiwan or in Japan or here in Phoenix or Miami. They are turning up. Here comes the 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting Richie Martin. Dodgers and Reds final spring training meeting. Runner goes at a chopper over the mound. And that'll be played on to first base for the out by Jahmai Jones. So 4-3, but the runner advances. McLean is at second base. Jason Vosler, the hitter. The Dodgers will be in Cincinnati in June, mid-June, 6th, 7th, and 8th. And the Reds will be at Dodger Stadium in late July, 28th, 29th, and 30th on a weekend. Vosler against Kolarek. 1 out and 1 on. And the 0-1 pitch. A strike. Floated that in there.
Well, that's a big pitch for Kolarek when he drops down from the side, and that little sweeping breaking ball, especially the left-handed batter.
Tried it again, and it's rolled up the first base side fair. Yurchak will grab it. He'll run down the line and step on the bag. McLean, runner at second, advances to third. 2 men out. Nick Martini, right fielder, took over for Will Myers. A big lead at third for McLean. Here's the pitch from Kolarek. Little chopper right back to the mound. Adam plants his feet, and a solid toss over to first base. So he gives up just the 1 hit, but a pretty good inning. 8 innings complete. We'll go to the 9th. Dodgers 8, Reds 1. Today is Dustin Megan on the hill, and he announced his presence with authority. 7 strikeouts over 4 innings of work. 64 pitches he threw today, but a lot of movement, and he baffled the Reds hitters.
And of the 7 strikeouts, every one of them was swinging.
David Freitas will hit for the Dodgers here in the top of the 9th inning, up 8-1. New pitcher is Brooks Crawford for Cincinnati. Crawford trying to climb the minor league ladder. Pitched an advanced day last year, 43 games. The good number for him, 64 strikeouts and 56 2/3 innings pitched. Anytime more strikeouts than innings pitched, that's a good thing for a pitcher. Freitas in the air to right, and over to get it, Nick Martini, and there's 1 down. Bradley Zimmer. He's walked and struck out looking. And he rolls this one on the ground to second. There are 2 down. Francisco Urbaez made the play for Cincinnati. So 2 quick outs for the Dodgers in the top of the 9th. Yorby Vivas back up, and boy, did he make some noise in his only plate appearance today in the 7th. The laser beam double to the wall in center. And he hits it that direction again, but it's going to stay right there for Stuart Fairchild. A quick 1-2-3 inning. It only took Crawford 4 pitches to get his team to the bat rack. To the bottom of the 9th we go. The Dodgers giving an opportunity now to Jack Dreyer, the left-hander, coming over from minor league camp. Our first look at him in spring training. And last year, 12 appearances. Opponents hit 182 against him. He's in the rookie league for the Dodgers. The Arizona Complex League. So Dreyer is 24 years old. He's out of Johnston, Iowa. And went and pitched for the Hawkeyes at Iowa City, University of Iowa. And he is facing Stuart Fairchild. He drops in a strike to start things off. So Jack Dreyer getting a look here in the A game today. Dodgers need 3 outs to head back to Camelback Ranch and get ready for Cleveland tomorrow. Ahead of them 0-2. You've traveled everywhere. You ever been to Iowa City?
Been through it.
Yeah, great campus there at the University of Iowa. They have a pretty big football complex, as you can imagine. 1-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. Two and two to Fairchild. He struck out swinging in the 7th inning in his only plate appearance today. Dodgers a big day with the bats. Fairchild, hot shot down to short. Oh, what a pick by Leonard.
Wow.
Eddie's Leonard with some defensive wizardry. Wow.
Boy, that was a hard shot, and equally hard was and fast was the glove. Oh, my goodness.
Eddie just put the glove there and the ball went in, he'll tell you. Probably. Or maybe not. He might say, I had it all the way. Is Romine responsible for the only Cincinnati run today, a home run in the 7th. Dodgers home runs today. Michael Busch, his first of the spring. Johnny DeLuca, his first of the spring. And Ryan Ward, his first of the spring. A bunch of doubles were hit too today. DeLuca had a double. Ward had a double. James Outland had a double. Scored a couple of runs on it. Irby Vivas had a double. Romine down to Leonard. Pretty routine grounder that time, and he throws him out 2 away. A 1 out to get for the Dodgers to put this one in the bank. Christian Encarnacion Strand, the third baseman, will face Dreyer. Inside, ball 1. And the rookie league last year turned in a very solid ERA of 1.50 over his 12 appearances. There's a grounder down to third. Vivas can end it, and a solid throw, and he does. And how about that for Jack Dreyer? Clean inning, gets him 1, 2, 3. He's walking off. He didn't realize it was the 9th. And the game's over, and the Dodgers will win this one by an 8-1 score. They bang out 15 hits on their way to victory here today. So again, Dustin May leads the Dodgers to an 8-1 win. Join us tomorrow on Sportsnet LA when the Dodgers face the Guardians at 1:05 at Camelback Ranch. Radio pregame starts at 12:30 on AM 570. For Rick Monday, Kirsten Watson, I'm Tim Neverett. Hope you enjoyed the game. Now, stay tuned for Access Sportsnet Dodgers coming up now.